As you may have noticed, there was no endgame last week because I was not in town. I was out of town, on the road with family. Yeah, we were going places with mountains, right? And yeah, we were just on the road. I'm sorry if these pictures aren't, up to snuff. Taking them out of the car right here, it's not exactly something that I'm used to, or in general, just taking professional pictures of anything, really. So we were on the road for like, I think 4 or 5 hours or something, going through, well, mostly forests, right, on the Autobahn. It was exciting seeing some of these impeccable rest stops too. Really good. You know, a rest stop is good when everyone goes into the forest to take piss or shit, right? Because the toilets there are just, not worth even going into. But that's besides the point, I guess. A nice blurry picture of some more mountains. And this is where we arrived. And the place we stayed at from the balcony. That's the view. And just to show the difference. What's the other one? Is this right? No, it's not this. Where is it? It's here. Where I was raised. I mean, this is not really forest either. In the mountains right here. Okay, so this is the view on the day we arrived. This is the view on the day we left. So we had a good Easter weekend over there before the weather shit the bed. And you can't see absolutely fucking nothing of these mountains no more. It's all gonzo. And yeah, we had a great time, I guess. This is the view from town. Some more mountains, a little forest, a little river running through it. And that's the view from the balcony of one of the people we visited. Yeah. I guess it's nice if you just live there and see the mountains, you think, oh wow, incredible view. But if you just live there for like 20 years and you get up every morning, it's like, yeah, okay, these mountains are there every fucking day, so do you really give a shit at that point anymore? I don't know, really. Probably not. And yeah, nice little construction site going on here. The train stations in the back, which we didn't use, but you can also go there by train. There's some more mountains and shit. This is actually a Olympic stadium for winter sports. As you can tell already, the name up there says Zugspitze, and that's where we were. We were at the top of Germany, 2,962 meters, I think, if I remember correctly. Right? This is where I was sleeping. It was a nice little, vacation, Airbnb place. Some more mountains on the way to this place. Yeah. And you might know from some pictures or some stats that Germany has a lot of castles. Actually interesting. You keep thinking these castles are quite old, right? But this is Neuschwanstein. This is actually just barely, I think, 100 years old or something, which is kind of interesting to think about. I think it's a little bit older than 100 years. They built it in something 1880 something, or some shit like that. So yeah, we were there. This is another castle right across it, basically. Neuschwanstein, I think. And there were so many people. There were more international people, you know, visiting all of this than actual Germans there. It was everything, Russians, French, there was some Czech, we saw some Indians, some Koreans, probably some Japanese as well. I think some family was like Pakistani or something, I don't know. Like everything across the board basically. I think one of the trains there was like some Australian accent as well. It sounded like this anyway. Elbsee over here, big lake. You can get a better view of that later on. And this was inside the museum where they were talking about Bavarian kings and princes and shit. There was a bunch of random crap. I don't know what any of this even is anymore. It's like some, well, I don't know, some gold shit, right? There's a golden book over there. Pretty nice, pretty nice. I don't know what it was about, but it looked really cool. Who wouldn't want to have this? There was another golden chalice or whatever that is, trophy, no clue. And some more gold. Bavarian, like Bavarian buckbash, yeah, exactly. Some more medals and gold and shit. There's another view of Neuschwanstein. This was on our way up to Neuschwanstein. It doesn't really look that imposing. Like wow, when you're getting closer for some reason. This was right below the back side of it, kind of. On the right bottom there is where the tourists leave the castle again. Right. Tons of people here, and the wait times are insane as well. They have a tour every 5 minutes. You have to imagine that, right? 5 minutes. We were there at, I think, 11 a.m. and we got tickets for a tour starting 15:30. So we had to wait like 4 hours. I mean, wait, we did some other things while we were waiting for that, right? Like eat and go to the museum and shit. But yeah, insane wait times, absolutely insane. And unfortunately, there is no pictures and video allowed inside, and it's understandable and reasonable. I mean, you can't wait for every single fucking person to just take pictures and video or whatever when they have like, I don't know, 30 people going through it every 5 minutes or something. Especially if there's groups with English groups, or they just have audio guides where they just listen to, you know, the story of it on a little phone thing, handheld thing. And yeah, that's the view from the entrance. Back down, there's another viewing platform. And that's the view from inside, behind the gate. Down on the bottom right was the entrance to the castle. We had to go up like 3 stories in this tower. I think it was like a 60 steps or something per floor. So at the end of it, going up and going back down, it was like 200 stairs. And yeah, and that's a model basically of the castle. That's the entranceway. Then you go into the courtyard and through the tower, through that long section in the actual castle on the back. There was some other religious thingamabob. There's another view of some mountains over there. Yeah, I mean, have you seen a mountain? Have you seen them all, basically? I would say, anyway. And this was where we were on Sunday, yeah. was perfect timing, perfect weather as well. The day before on Saturday it was kind of rainy, but on Sunday it was like 23 degrees in town, and up here it was like -2, -3. So perfect sunny day, perfect view as well. But to ride this, we had to wait about an hour because there was just so many people, so many fucking people cramming in here. A bunch of Koreans in front of us, and that's the thing. We're riding up all the way to the top of that mountain. An incredible view of the parking lot outside with the Eibsee behind it. And that's another model right in front of the entrance. On the left is the lake, that's where we were. Right? And then we went up that red line to the top. There's some other ways you can go directly through the mountain on a kind of tram thingy, but there's not really much to see there. I mean, it's 4 kilometers just straight through the mountain. It's just rock, and that's it. So, not the most exciting thing. That's how we went back to where we started, through the mountain. So there's not very much to see. There's another nice blurry view of some stats. I think it's like a record holder. 3 records, world records for longest like single standing something. I don't remember. This is the view outside. If you came by car, you probably waited an eternity as well, because the line up the mountain by car was insanely long, and they had to wait for every train going past too. So it was just, I don't know. I wouldn't want to go up there in car. That's all I'm saying. Just take the train. And yeah, that's right outside the platform, waiting to go up. It's going up the platform. In the cart thing. I don't know what to call it. There's some snowmobile thingies from the ski resort. I'm getting ahead of myself, and this is basically the way back. Looks like any real train station. Just get in and then you drive through the mountain for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes or something. And yeah, it's the place back home where we stayed. Pretty cool, pretty nice place. Town 2 was pretty cool before I seen this picture. Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of hotels or the like, you know, a lot of restaurants and shit, because tourism, you know, probably more tourists than actually inhabitants in this place. We were also in one of, I don't know if that's too, I mean, we were in a cinema. It was a really nice, small, cozy cinema. We watched Shelter, a movie with Jason Statham. It was decent, I guess. But it was a chill time. It was kind of a chill time. You went, really, not a crammed full cinema. There were like seven people besides us. So it was laid back, pretty cool. Good time, actually. And yeah, there's another picture of the living room. We could have a balcony. Could go out and sit there from here, and also from here. Could go out. There was even a TV in the bedroom here if you really wanted to. And of course, we can't forget the most important place, the bathroom. Yeah. This is where I took a huge shit on the last day. And there's a place we stopped at right before leaving on one day. You can see really absolutely nothing of the mountain no more. But this is the Olympic Winter Games, you know, ski jumping ramp I don't know how they do this. If you just go up there and then jump, or if they move this. Because it kind of just hangs in the middle of nowhere. Like there's nothing behind it. I don't know, I'm not a winter sports guy. I don't watch any of that. So yeah. That's that. But of course I didn't just take pictures, right? No, so didn't just take pictures. We also took some video. It's not too loud. It's gonna be some noise, I guess. I don't know. It's not too long. No, I don't know anyway. Alright. So it's just the view from that place that we just looked at. Nice homes with a lot of nice balconies and overall pretty chill. There was some strange old people walking around too, which was just like, okay, should we just stay away? You know, that kind of post situation. We're just like, they probably don't like tourists very much. I'm not sure, though. Who knows? Who knows really? Yeah, this was at the train station where we went up the mountain eventually, or to where we could get up the mountain. I especially like the huge pile of fucking, shit over there, basically. There was a small train stop. The main station was further to the left, which we didn't get on, but the train was crammed. Crammed with all sorts of people going to the top of the mountain, going to the winter sports place, with snowboards and skis and shit. There's this right outside the parking lot where we went up to the place. Right? We were standing in that line essentially 2 minutes later, and the line goes from outside into that building, and then in that building around to the left side where you finally get out and get the ride up. So yeah, full of people. And this is the exciting ride up the mountain. About 7 minutes. Fortunately, I didn't get a window seat or window spot, not seat. There were any seats in there. Just had to stand. But everyone's filming. Everyone's doing their thing. Because you probably don't get to do it again anytime soon. that was like the first section where the thing is gonna slope a little, right? So you feel it hanging back through into the steel ropes or whatever, and then it goes back up, which is probably not too exciting for people that are afraid of heights or something, or just not well accommodated to that kind of thing. I'm not sure. I don't really feel anything. I thought I was gonna feel more, you know, nausea with heights or whatever, but you definitely could feel pressure on your ears when you were going up. Like, you could feel the difference in that way. Well, actually, a surprising amount of people with dogs as well, which, I don't know, I wouldn't want to put any dogs through this situation. There's so many people, it's crammed. I don't know. If you don't have a choice, I get it, I guess, but at the same time, it's probably not a pleasant situation for any dogs to be in. Don't really see anything from the front other than, you know, fucking mountain in front of you. Best view is probably from the back, not in the middle. It was kind of on the side, which was decent, I guess. Slowly going up. I think that crammed against people gives you anxiety. I mean, it was okay. They have a limit, right, of people. They don't just fucking cram it full of them. They have people like actually counting how many go out to the platform and wait for this thing to come back down. Like there's two, one goes up, right, and the other one comes down. They do that in reverse all day long till like 6 p.m. or something, I think. Or it was 4. No, it wasn't even 6. It was like 4:30. That's the last one goes up, I believe, or even earlier, because the last train leaves at like 5 or something. Back in town, back to town. Most people probably go by train. I mean, it was crammed. You could move a little, but people kept, you know, when it was time to get in there, you definitely felt people shoving from behind, just at that point anyway, because, you know, they want to get a good spot somewhere where they can, you know, get the best view, and I get it. You probably have a good time if you're in the front or in the back, because the last people getting in also get a window, right? That's how we're nearly at the top. It's the view from that going up. I think this is the view into the direction of Germany, the Bavarian side. We're gonna get to why that's the German side as well. Because the top is actually split up. If you're at the top, you are one half in Germany and the other half kind of in Austria already. So you're crossing country borders as well. And yeah, almost at the top here. Of that station anyway. There were a couple places in there, like restaurants and shit. We had dinner in there after we went to top. And it was reasonably priced and the portions were reasonably sized as well. So I would say it was a good deal overall. It was good food as well. Yeah, this is the view from the platform right outside. Getting out of that place. You can get the first view. That's the top. You can see the snow and ice packed there because of the winds. And that's mostly what you're gonna hear in the others as well. The wind just blowing. Excuse my incredible, stable videography. Yeah, get out of the way, Korean kid. And that's where we were, right? Down there, that's where we started. We went up here. That's the lake that we barely saw from the station. And that's some of the mountains in the backside of that. Into the direction of Germany. And you can already see that there's just a few mountains here. And then it's just flat right after. So we're right at the border of the mountains. I think this is halfway up. There was like a small other platform where you can view the winter sports area. And this is the view into the direction of Austria, I believe. Yeah. As you can see, nothing but fucking mountains. The Alps. Now we got a bunch of short videos from the top. Where you're mostly just gonna hear the wind. That over there is the Austrian side viewing platform. That's more the view back in the direction of Germany as well. That's the different view back into Austria, into the Alps, the opposite side. Yeah. Actually, I have to watch out the wind up there. It's just gonna blow your phone out of your hands. Mountains who live several hours from you, or babies compared to these. I mean, these mountains are kind of babies compared to other mountains, right? Can you imagine? This is 2,900 meters. The Himalayas are about 2.5 times the size of this. So it's just, you're more crazy if you think about it in the grand picture. This is the connecting corridor, Austria and Germany, we have to go through. A bunch of people left all tons, all sorts of stickers and shit over here. Right. So, yeah. If you see anything interesting over here, let me know. I don't know. Didn't really stop to look at all of this. I'm sure there's a bunch of German crap plastered on this wall. There were some pretty accurate German stickers on this as well that just say pretty nice, you know. The German stereotype is always like we don't have high praise for anything, you know. You're basically on the biggest mountain Germany has to offer, and you're like, it's pretty nice over here. You know, so classic German shit. And this is a wall with locks. I don't know if they clean this up at some point, or you have to like do something specifically or pay for this. I don't know. I would imagine this wall would be full at some point, or they just clear it up or clean it out. But you could, you know, if you're together with someone, right, you could make like a commitment of eternal love or whatever. If you'd like, you can put a lock here with your name on it or something, and then, you know, as a good luck charm or something. But who knows if, you know, this superstitious, I would say, tradition actually bears any fruit. But I guess it's a nice gesture or memory, at least. this is the last one from the top. The actual mountain cross. And I think the history of this is pretty interesting too. They put this up and then it got kind of destroyed or something by lightning strikes and whatnot. And they had to restore it a couple times. And the small black line you can see up there is an actual line you can use to go straight to the top as well. I don't think it's open during the time we were because it's, well, full of fucking snow, so going over there is not the exact safest thing to do, but there's no like actual pathway or whatever. You have to literally hold onto that line and then just cross the mountain if you want to get there. Yeah, that's certainly also an experience, so if you really want to go there, you have to have some actual guts. Unfortunately, not the right time to try it out. And it was the perfect level, somebody throwing a snowball right here. Perfect timing to pause it, actually. Kind of spooky as well, because if you're filming and this shit hits you and your phone just flies out of your fucking hand, you're not having a good time. But it was the perfect day, sunny, not a lot of clouds, perfect view. You could see all the way to the horizon, and all you see is fucking mountains. Yeah. And that's the Summit Cross. And now again, the winter sports area, which was even more packed with people than the actual top. This is all right down to that place. Through a smaller, shorter area. From down there you take the train back down into the valley, I guess, where the journey started. That down there at the middle, at the bottom, is an old weather station, I think. Which has some history, I've been told. It's like a resort or hotel kind of thing as well, and then some accident happened or something, and then they closed it down, and now it's just a weather station. Or something like that. Don't quote me on that. I can actually look into the history of it. Yeah. There's the view from Toronto Sports Place. Back to the top, where we just were. Doesn't look that big from down here. It's kind of a 3/4 the way. from another spot. And some nice birdies flying around. This was on the last day from the Olympia ramp where you couldn't see shit anymore. Yeah, and that's it. That's all from my full day trip to the top of Germany. And I'm just gonna be bold. I'm just gonna claim that title for myself. You know, the first German MVM player on the top of Germany. I don't know if it's true, but I doubt any of these other German MVM players ever get out of that fucking, hidey hole. So, yeah, fuck them all. Anyway, that's that. It was pretty cool, pretty chill, to get out full days and get away. Yeah. Actually felt kind of boring going back to your everyday life. Definitely felt a little frustration, but at the same time you can't just stay and because it takes money and shit to just. But I also got some notes. Look at that. That was from the Austria side. We got a vending machine for these. You could choose one of two. I guess you could get all of them if you just wanted to pay for it, but we got a nice coin. Can't really see what it says, can you? But it says Zugspitze Tirol. That has the Seilbahn and the top cross at the top or whatever. That was the other side. But there was also one where you could get actual commemorative money or whatever. Like normally green is reserved for €100 bill, but this one is a zero euro bill, I guess, because it's just a commemorative thing you could get. And this is official. This has an actual watermark and everything, I think. At least it looks really official. And that's the back with a bunch of other European sightseeing thingies. Right. Eiffel Tower, and we got the Brandenburg Gate. I think that thing. We got some windmill. This weird thing up here. I don't know what that is called anymore, but I think it's like some convention thing. So thing or whatever it's called. And then we got the Leaning Tower of Pisa and some more historical buildings. I don't know. One of them might be some cathedral, maybe Notre Dame. I don't know. Not sure. When's the €1 bill. Why would you even do that? You give it someone and then you have to pay €1 as well. I mean, this is just a memory thing. But maybe if you give it to somebody who doesn't pay attention and just sees, oh yeah, green, €100, maybe you get lucky, right? Maybe you get lucky if you find the right person that doesn't take the job very seriously. Maybe you can get away with it. Who knows? Maybe if you just hold it like this, right? Yeah, you want these €100? I'm gonna pay for this, please. I don't know. Could be. Maybe it happened already. Who knows? But yeah, that's that. Pretty nice, pretty cool. Maybe we'll go there again at some point. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, there's certainly only so much you can see in 2 days, and there's way more things that we couldn't actually get to because the time we went was just not right. There's like a famous hanging bridge as well, and there's some logging from the top of the mountain or something where they like had logs right down the river through like a ravine or something, which you unfortunately couldn't get to because, well, it's still frozen over and shit, right? So. Did you drop any logs while you were there? Yeah, I said so. Wow, you weren't here when I fucking told that story? Unbelievable.